three serious mistakes that transportation entrepreneurs make when they start this business. And if you don't catch it early, they will cost you time, money, and definitely your momentum. Hey everyone, I'm Coach Willena McGee. I'm RN BSN. I wanted to come on here today because too many of you all are struggling. I'm sorry, we're not struggling. Too many aspiring business owners are jumping into this industry excited, you're motivated, you're ready to move, but you're making foundational mistakes that can delay you or completely drain you financially. So today I want to talk about these three serious mistakes entrepreneurs are making when starting a transportation business. And these are not small mistakes. These are not little cosmetic little chips. These are the kinds of mistakes that affect your money, they affect your growth, they actually will affect your ability to stay in the business for the long run. All right. So if you have something to take notes in, go ahead and start taking, get something to grab some notes with before you move further, because I'm really going to give you guys some points. Sometimes I come on here to let you know what's going on. Sometimes I come to give you some tips. So stay to the end, because you never know what might be said that can spark you to getting your business started, building it the right way. All right, let's roll. So the number one thing that I see right now for transportation entrepreneurs is you guys are getting educated, and I love that. You guys are watching my videos. You guys are getting into the members only section. You're watching things, and I am so proud of you all because the feedback has been enormous. And just want to tell you, for all of you all who have sent me emails thanking me, and I have sent you out, asked for permission to use your stories, I'm getting to it. I promise you, I'm getting to it. I have been swamped with getting everything ready for this 2026 year. And thank you for the hearts. I'm not sure who's here, but thank you for being here. So the first thing that I want to talk about is trying to finance your business on your own. This is a major mistake in trying to figure out your funding without structure. I can't. A lot of people want to go into this business financing a vehicle, getting insurance, applying for things, getting the personal credit, and taking random advice from the internet. Now, I see it all the time. TikTok is great. I love TikTok. I love YouTube. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. TikTok is great. I'm not knocking it, but a lot of times they will teach you how to get like business credit or business credit lines. And that's not what you want to build this business off of. You don't want to build your business in transportation. Good morning. Thank you for commenting. You don't want to build your business on a credit line. What you want to build your business off of is business funding, like a loan or using a finance company that is built to build your business. I can tell you from my experience when I started my transportation company, thank you for the hearts. When I started my transportation company back in 2019, and I tried to bootstrap it. I was a travel nurse, and I was making $100K a year plus, and I was big balling. Yes. So I said, I'll just pay for this myself. And instead of saving for my daughter's college education, I felt like I could get this business up in time in order to meet the demand for her college education when it was ready. So I ended up running out of money. COVID hit. So many expenses that I did not account for. Like, I accounted for the van, but I did not account for the training. I did not account for uniforms. I did not account for the equipment that goes into the van. I did not account for anything. I didn't account for maintenance. And because of that, every time that money came out, or every time that a need was needed, I had to meet that need. And it slowly but surely drained my savings, drained my life essence. It like destroyed me because I did not plan for financing. Now you fast forward. Thank you guys for joining again. Good morning. You fast forward to when I had to shut down the business, I had to file for bankruptcy, and I started this business in coaching. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had to bootstrap this business too. I had to fund it myself because I had filed bankruptcy. But I came into it a lot differently this time. I knew that everything that I put into the business, everything I got from the business the first couple years is going to have to go right back into the business. I minimally pay myself so that I can make sure that the business has the funds to grow. Then in addition to that, I learned that you borrow money when you don't need it rather than borrowing money when you need it. So in that case, one of the situations that I thank you guys, thank you for the likes. I appreciate you all for being here. So in I'll show you an example from recently. Recently my daughter got married. Congratulations, Jada. Yes. So and Chase, my son-in-law too. I love him too. But I didn't need the money. I didn't need. I just had a killer month in the business, and I did not need the money, but my Stripe account, because of how the funds that were coming in, they offered me a loan, and I was like, I don't need it, and I know the rule that I should take it and I shouldn't, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take it, right? So I took the loan. Now, kid you not, right after that happened, this is when we were preparing for my daughter's wedding and all that good stuff. Right after that, I had to, fire my ad agency, and he took my website down. He took my website down. He took everything down, my marketing, everything, everything was gone, advertising gone. And I had to sever that relationship because things weren't being done the way that I needed them to be done. And I was so grateful at that time, and I still am grateful that I was able to use the money that I had borrowed. I used the money that I had borrowed to get me over the hump for that cash flow. Amen. Thank you. Look, I got the likes. Ma'am, how to become an entrepreneur. Congratulations to your daughter. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I used that money, and that money is what helped me to get through the hump, to develop my systems, to hire my VA, my virtual assistant, to come in and help me to get my automations together, help me to just really rebuild. So I tell you all this out of experience. Out of experience. We don't need to only get funding when you need it, because if you get funding when you need it, it's already too late. You need to get your funding before you need it, and it needs to be done correctly. So I recently started this book. I'm like on page, like what page am I? Hold on. I'm on chapter 3. It's a great book. It's finance your own business. Get on financing track with Garrett Sutton, ESQ, and Jerry Detweiler. So I recommend, if you guys want to read, get this book. It's great. So that is the number one thing that I see. Well, I can't say number one. I think all of these are equal. But just keep in mind that it's not just about getting money. It's about knowing how to use the money wisely. Like I should have put on do not disturb. It's about knowing how to use the money wisely in a business model that is meant to actually support itself. Okay. So let's talk about the second thing. Let me get a sip of my coffee, y'all. Hey, tell me where y'all located. Drop down in the comment section where you're at. what city and state you're in. Y'all up early like me this morning. I said, I got to get on here, tell everybody what's going on. And while we're doing like a brief intermission, if you have not signed up for the business plan class for NEMT, go get it. Go get it. It's $197 right now, but it's only $197 first. And I know some of y'all like to wait until it's expensive to get it. I don't know. I guess y'all big ballers and y'all wait till it gets up to $297 to buy it. But it's available on any, y'all just look. Thank you. Y'all just giving a little comment. So, all right, go ahead. Boost me up, y'all. Boost me up. I got appointments to get ready for, so we're gonna keep it moving. All right, so the number two thing, can you guys guess it? Probably not, because this is a little newer point that I wanted to bring out for you guys. Usually I'm talking about the van and the insurance, but today I'm talking a little bit more deep. That's Southern. Y'all excuse that. I'm talking, we're delving in deeper. How about that? So the second thing I see is not building your business to scale. And I'm guilty, even as a coach, y'all, I tell you, when I learn better, I do better. And the same thing for you all. As I know and I learn and I grow, I teach you all. So the second mistake is not building this business to grow. We get a lot of people that start the business in the panic mode, and they're like, how do I get the van? How do I get the insurance? And they're all emotional, and they want their urgency to become my urgency. And they want to get busy fast, especially those that are in the, thank you for the like, especially those of you all who are in government roles. Y'all ready to get out of there like yesterday, and I get it. But this business does take time to grow, and there's a specific way that you need to grow it. So if you're not building from the jump, from the start, if you are not building your business with the scale, with the growth in mind, you'll end up creating a business that depends on you in order to operate. And in essence, you really didn't just build a business, you built yourself a job. I'm a consultant, a coach, mentor, whatever you want to call me, right? But I can go out and make money. I don't even have to go out and make money. I can go get a couple of kids and babysit, and that's a job. But I'm not doing that. I am building myself a business. And building a business is a whole different mindset that you have to shift over to. Okay? So if your business only works when you're doing everything, you did not build a business. If you guys look at my students that have come onto my program, they get an AI agent who's answering their calls, booking their rides, and they're all like amazed, like, oh my goodness. And I'm like, yes, y'all, look, I gave you all my AI agent's phone number so that you can understand. Because if you are constantly on the phone answering questions, if you're the primary driver starting out, you can't drive, answer calls, and make sure that you're giving valuable service to the client that's in your van. There's no way to do it. So we have to learn how to build your business for scale. And most of the time, that looks like having clear automation systems, booking systems, having a price structure, understanding how to retain a client to get them to repeat with you, to have a documented process. It's called a workflow, right? So that you understand how you do things each and every time. When I'm writing a business plan, I have a workflow. I do my market analysis first, and then from the market analysis, I break it down. And then after I have all 12 sections drafted, then I turn it into a lender-ready business plan. It is a workflow, and it cuts my time out. Instead of having to it taking me a week to do a business plan, it may take me 2 to 3 days to do the business plan now. Okay. So having a workflow, having a way to how you structure your day is so paramount to starting your business. Hey everyone, thank you for tapping in and giving those likes. So again, you want to have, even in your hiring process, I know I get people that reach out to me and say, hey, can you give me a policy procedure book or an employee handbook? And I have to tell them, listen, I am part of a system. I'm not just a one-off a la carte where I can do like your business, do your business plan, but I don't do your website and your branding. Not anymore. I used to be, but now I am a complete system. So even my clients that are doing, if you notice, my pricing went up from $3,500 to now it's $4,997. But the difference in that is that now I provide you with the website and the basic automations for your system starting out. You get it. It's included. So when you're paying, that's your marketing material. I do your operating agreement. And then I usually do like your policy procedure, your employee handbook, and your what is it? And your company handbook. The three HRs that you really need. I'll do those, and it's all included in $49.97, which is a wonderful value because then you don't have to piece it together. You don't have to figure out how to do it. You already know that I'm giving you what you need, right? So you guys can learn more about that in the Business Masterclass online that's happening April 10th, April 12th. You choose the date, which one you want to come. The class right now is $197. It will go up April 1st. That's why I'm on here. I'm giving you guys some value-based information so that you understand, hey, we're doing this thing. And then we're locking in April 1st. You got 10 days left after that to get into the class. So, all right. So give me another second because I want to take another sip of coffee before it gets cold. And then we'll move into point number 3 on what I see another mistake is that you guys are making. All right, y'all. Well, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Even if you're watching this on the replay, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching me for the first time while I take me a little sip of coffee. Oh, I hope y'all didn't hear that gulp. I be drinking so hard. All right. All right, so number three, what kind of business? Good morning. Good morning. We're talking about the non-emergency medical transportation business tagline for those who are looking to do healthcare transportation. Again, I'm Coach Willena McGee, RN BSN. I specialize in helping healthcare workers start and grow their transportation business in 90 days. Now, listen, we do self-pay premium over here. Again, I'll tell you, like I say all the time, that low-hanging fruit, let everybody else have that. We go for the juicy fruit at the top that wants to pay you, okay? So here's number 3. Let's talk about number 3 mistake that I see. Now, this is a huge one. It is not understanding how client acquisition works in this industry. All right. So that's a big thing that I see in groups. How do I get clients? How do I get clients? How do I get clients? I got the van, I've got the insurance, but now I need to know how to get clients because more people are waking up to that brokers are not the way to go. Well, when you look, I got ahead of myself. I'm looking at my points. The first thing that I want you all to understand is that people who actually buy transportation from you are not always the rider. You have to adapt your sales for the decision maker. Now, sometimes the decision maker on who to buy that ride is the rider, but most oftentimes it's actually the family member, it's the case manager, the social worker, the discharge planner, the group home, the surgery center, or another referral source. And if you all are starting into the transportation industry and you don't like sales, I need you to get over yourselves. Like if you don't like someone selling to you or you don't like to sell, you're going to have a real problem in starting this business if you don't like to speak up, you don't like to talk, and you don't like to put yourself out there. You know, I'm not saying you can't do it, but you're going to have a very tough time in starting this business because transportation is not one of those businesses that you can put up a sign and say, walk-ins available. You know, you can't do that with this business. You have to get out there. You have to grind. You have to hustle. You have to build relationships. Okay. So here's what I would like for you all to know. Client acquisition in this industry is driven by relationships, is trust driven, and it's problem driven. You have to show them why they are choosing you. You have to show them why they're choosing you. Just like, and who do you decide to watch, right? Many individuals come to me because I teach. They don't come, you know, I teach the business side. I don't just teach, hey, get a van, get a vehicle, get some insurance. You know, I actually am teaching you what this business looks like. So from the side of my competitors and how they do things versus how I do things with being in depth with not just teaching, but what I actually give you. You know, we're getting the solid business plan. We're getting the financial plan. You're getting a strategy plan. You're getting an operational plan. You're getting a networking plan. You're getting a system that actually books. You're getting your website. You're getting your CRM. You know, you're getting your automations. You're getting your AI bots. You know, you're getting all these things, and you're getting so many things that you don't even know that they're what you need. But because I've been in the business, I know what you need. So I automatically give them to you based on your payment, based on your coaching product, right? So I say all of that is to say that you have to know what your buyer needs. I know what my buyer needs. I know what they need. I know when you're booking with me, why you're booking with me, because you want it done the right way from the start. You don't want to have to keep going over and over and over. Oh, look, I just started my own private practice as a therapist, so you've been helping with your videos. Okay, look. Oh, hey. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm working with the physician right now, and we're getting started. We're going to be getting started on her. Her husband is my transportation client. She's a pediatrician, a great pediatrician, up in Virginia, and we're getting ready to start her redesigning her payment model with subscriptions, and because we know that the Medicaid thing is about to hit. So I'm so glad to hear that you are getting what you need from my videos. And thank you. I love your channel. Thanks for trying to help others. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I really do. It really means a lot. Because it is hard. You know, I was telling my husband yesterday, I said, I've been kind of neglecting you. Thank you. That's awesome. Congratulations. You deserve it. Thank you. I told my husband yesterday, I said, I know I've been neglecting you because I've been working 7 days a week for almost 6 months now, trying to catch up. And the business has finally gotten back to the point where I've got solid leads coming in, where we're booking and we're getting everything back in order. And again, y'all, I'm only taking 20 this year because, or not, I'm not going to say this year, but I'm only going to take 20 at least for the first 6 months so that I can get everybody out. I want to show you all the great things they're doing. You know, I love to make sure it's done right so that when they come out, they're going. Okay. I'm a hypnotherapist, so I'm helping people use that. Have you heard of that? Oh, yes. Like, listen, I was watching a video on YouTube just the other day on yesterday on hypnotherapy. So absolutely, I used a YouTube video when I smoked for hypnosis. It was to stop smoking, and I don't smoke anymore, so it worked. Absolutely. Congratulations on your practice. So getting back to this, you need to know who your buyer is. And that is one of the things that you all are not understanding quite yet, and that's what I'm here to teach you, is to help you shift your understanding of sales. You have to be able to sell. You have to, in order to operate in this business. You know, you look at the people that are in the business, just look at the examples, you know, Bambi, you have myself, you have MJ, you know, you have all these people who are in the business, and what keeps them going is that they are selling constantly. So you have to do the same thing. You have to do the same thing. So come to the class, come to the Business Master class that is going on April 10th and April 12th. You choose the day you come. It's online. It's $197 right now. It does go up April the 1st, so that is why I'm here. I'm telling you guys, get in, because I don't want to hear, I can't afford it, whatever. For those of you all who want to bypass the class, that's fine. Go over to my website, NEMTStartupCoach.com, and you can review the packages on the service page, and if you're not ready for a high-level coaching package, that's okay. I have under the product section of the website, I have my Build It Right from the Start. Just use the drop-down menu, and you can choose to pay it all at once. You can choose to pay it in 3 months or 6 months, right there on the website. If you need additional time on the payment plan, reach out to me. It's that simple, and I will put you on a payment plan that will allow you to have affordable payments while we get your systems up and going. In most cases, I don't have to have much down. I prefer that you put at least $1,500 down, only because that helps me to know that you're serious, you know. But even if you can't, usually it's about $39 to get you started, and the next month your payments will begin. But so professional. Thank you. Good. I'm glad. Congrats. Thank you. So I'm not always professional. Don't let it fool you. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm professional. I just chose today to come, because yesterday I was looking kind of bogus. So I just threw on a little bit of makeup. But again, thank you all for being here. I'm Willena McGee, Coach Willena McGee, RN BSN. If you're looking to start your healthcare transportation business, to get away from passenger transportation and take healthcare back and give it back to healthcare workers who are looking to start a premium self-pay business, get in class. Don't miss it. I'm an educator. I'm not an influencer. So I'm not just giving you surface level material. When you pay for a class, you get what you pay for, okay? And more, way more. So, all right, y'all, I got to get over to Facebook and I've already been on TikTok, but I got to get over to Facebook. Thank you all for being here. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Shalom, shalom, and may the peace of Yah be with you.